Hey, my reactor. So I'm back again with the women of the Bible, and this is the woman with the issue of blood. Her character, so desperate for healing, she ignored the conventions of the day just for the chance to touch Jesus. Her sorrow, to have suffered a chronic illness that isolated her from others. Her joy, that after long years of suffering, she finally found peace and freedom. Her story, the woman hovered at the edge of the crowd. Nobody watched as she melted into the throngs of bodies. Just one more bead into the hive. Her shame faded, quickly replaced by a rush of relief. No one had prevented her from joining in. No one had recoiled at her touch. She pressed closer, but a noisy swarm of men still blocked her view. She could hear her Jairus, a ruler of the synagogue, raising his voice above the others, pleading with Jesus to come and heal his daughter before it was too late. Suddenly, the group in front of her shifted, parting like the waters of the Jordan before the children of promise. It was all she needed. Her arms darted through the opening, fingers brushing the hems of his garment. Instantly, she felt a warmth spread through her, flushing out the pain, clearing out the decay. Her skin crinkled and shivered. She felt strong and able, like a young girl coming into her own. So glad and giddy, in fact, that her feet wanted to rush her away before she created a spectacle by laughing out loud at her quiet miracle. But Jesus blocked her escape and silenced the crowd with a curious question. Who touched me? Who touched him? He must be joking, voices murmured. People are pushing and shoving just to get near him. Shaken now, the woman fell at his feet. For 12 years, I had been hemorrhaged internally and had spent all my money on doctors, but only grown worse today. I knew that if I could just touch your garment, I would be healed. But touching, she knew, meant spreading her defilement, even to the rabbi. 12 years of loneliness, 12 years in which physicians had bled her all of her wealth, her private afflictions becoming a matter of public record. Every cup she handled, every chair she sat on could transmit defilement to others. Even though her impurity was considered a ritual matter rather than an ethical one, it had rendered her an outcast, making it impossible for her to live with a husband, bear a child, or enjoy the intimacy of friends and family. Surely the rabbi will censor her. But instead of scolding and shaming her, Jesus praised her. Daughter, your faith has healed you. Go in peace and be free from your suffering. His words must have been like water breaching, a dam breaking through her isolation, setting her free. He had addressed her not harshly but tenderly, not as a woman or a sinner, but rather a daughter. She was no longer alone, but part of his family by virtue of his faith. That day, countless men and women had brushed against Jesus, but only one had truly touched them. And instead of being defiled by contact with her, his own touch had proven the more contagious, rendering her pure and whole again. And I will be back again with the woman of the Bible. Bye, my reactors.